right, greetings, I'm Jonas. Okay, so it's the 15th. It's still Monday night though. So is time traveler from the year 10,000? Why not, right? Not that that's going to solve our everyday problems, but you never know. Seems to be an interest about this whole future energy. I mean, you are energy, so you can be wherever you want. So, well, I might do more of a, I'm doing more future, maybe I'll do more of a past, you know, go back in time travel to your wherever, zero. Yeah, the time of Christ, the birth of Christ, 000. So yeah, just say curiosity. I picked up on some of it, but once again, you are energy, so you can go wherever you want. For manifesting, I think people know this, but sometimes they have to mention it anyway. About manifesting, there's rules. We agree. We have certain agreements here too. So why you can't manifest as fast as you'd like to, or why certain things aren't happening, it has to do with the universe or alignment with it, or it's all these different agreements that it's not always going to make a whole lot of sense here. You just got to go with it. Just just certain, like, why does it work for some people and not for others? It just has to do with our alignment with the universe, timelines, how people are affected by it. If you do get what you want, just can go on. You can go on and on with that. Doesn't mean you can't handle it. It just might not be time for it. Yeah, it's like the Rolodex of reality. We're all putting our, go. It's all complicated when you think about it. It's like a grid. So, obviously, you got to be in spirit to be able to understand our timelines, where all the details of our reality. When we get up and go outside, who we affect and all of that seen in spirit. And not to say they're perfect. Spirit realms, and they're not perfect at all. But eventually people will see that one. You're already having your awakening now. And you see how screwed up the spirit realm is. And you wonder, like, wow, I was asking you guys for advice. Maybe you should be taking advice from me. You guys don't know what you're doing. So, of course, there's certain things they can't do for obvious reasons. You can't be that genie in the lamp, unless you sell your soul or something like that. Which, anyway. And Black Tuesday. So this is Tuesday, technically. So there's going to be some announcements and probably manipulations from Trump or whatever it is. I guess we'll find out. So it just happens, some of that. Whatever. Yeah, just basically the energy of time, I guess. And the year 2023, we're shifting obviously into a new year. Of course, the new year doesn't start up until like March or even May. So, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to. The economy will definitely improve January. Maybe not 100%, but there was like a renewed energy in January. So, if that's helpful to anybody, it's just kind of a bumpy couple of months, definitely. Something, but it's all politically connected, and also purging of bad ideas like Facebook. A big bad idea with that, with their metaverse situation. So Black Tuesday is going to be an interesting frequency with that. Well, just at certain days, certain events occur. I think it was Black Friday with I forget what year it was, like 89. We had like a stock market crash in 89. Probably a lot of people here haven't been born in 89. Um, and I forgot what day 2008 happened. That was like on a Monday. I know 9/11 happened on a Tuesday. I think it did. So anyway, enough of that. Going to as I talking about current prior sessions. We have the schedule. Where am I going? We have the shop here. I'm getting into November. We have the upcoming event in Sedona. All systems go, far as I know. So the ticket options still. And upcoming webinar. I think it's actually this Saturday, if I'm right about that. And social networking behind the scenes. All right, thank you for your support. Okay, we're going to go into the unknown. You connect to alien groups and all that. And I mean, you connect to aliens and find out how great it is over there. I'm not sure how that's going to help us at all. So how they don't have any problems. Of course, they have issues with themselves, of course, which we don't need to go into. So obviously, a lot of alien groups failed here too, but they couldn't help keep our vibration high as we fell. So some of that's the Palladians. They felt a little bit responsible for it. So to name a few, at least name one at least. So okay, all right, we're going to the year 10,000 and see what we got there. Sorry, blessings. Here we go. Grease you. Us from the year 10,000, we are like helium. We are, yes, of course, at a higher frequency. Your physical Earth, of course, still exists. It is a little bit more pinkish. The blue is a little bit more clear, and negativity has downgraded a great deal. Well, basically, you can say humanity has finally tired of being angry with itself and finally learned its lessons, but not all of them. It still hasn't figured it all out. But it's attacking itself less than it does in your time period. Your time period, as you know, is a lot of aggression. It's not everybody, obviously, just certain groups or society. Just yes, why can't we all just get along? Well, society has difficulties because of so many agendas. The agendas are a web which blinds society from its growth. Yes, you look at the right hand while the left hand, while yourself kind of deteriorates. Of course, teachers on your planet, like school teachers, not all, but some, are there to make things worse. They bring in their beliefs. Yes, some of them are programmed like a robot. And, and they get benefits from that too. But also, so basically, during my time, there's more spiritual teachers understanding the astral. The astral is no longer a fear connection because in your time it is still feared. Obviously, many of you are not fearful of it, but the rest of your world is terrified of it. Well, because they think it's death. They think it's the end of all. It's like they just got here and now you're talking about spirit realms and higher dimensional realms, and they're here to just have a physical experience. So this world, the elemental energies of your Agartha become more known, such as the ogre, the troll. The ogre plays a big role here of why this world's so physical. You might be able to pick up on certain individuals. Some parents have the ogre frequency of aggressiveness. Of course, you're not seeing it here physical. Ogres can be quite big. And of course, once again, you don't see it physically, but you see the remnants of it. It's just a headstrongness that just won't change. It says it's open-minded, but you find out a lot of them are closed-mindedness. And in our time, the year 10,000, yes, the world is a lot more peaceful, more colorful. It's like elemental energies of just basically the colors are just more vibrant. Once again, it's not perfect still. The world is still angry, still just less angry. Now I don't have a percentage for you, but it's almost 90% healed. It's still, once again, fighting among itself. Well, places like Africa still have not healed. In South America, but Africa has a lot of wounds there because that had a lot to do with your origins of humanity being seated here to begin with. You can say through gods, beings that are humanoid. So humanoid beings that look like you, that seeded their energy here to just basically your offspring of beings that look just like you. And they're not Anunnaki. No. They are you, basically. Just another version of you from another reality. So humans yes, many are looking at Pleiadians, Syrians, but your Earth human here, there's many of you on other star systems that, yes, sometimes experience the harder experiences. Now, what you call yourselves is up to you, but it is not Anunnaki. Now, you have Anunnaki assisting you, well, maybe sometimes for the worst. It all depends on how you look at it. But your version of human is always known to take more risks than other worlds. To understand the shadow, to become the shadow, it's the false natures of it, whatever it might be. Of course, the web of manipulation obviously seeds itself through this version of a human. So the version of human you are in currently, on this planet, is kind of like the perfect being for a physical reality. You can experience all of it. And, like a Pleiadian being, they have energies within them where they don't get this far into the lower free. Some worlds, yes, but they still are aware of the outside universe. They're speaking to the universe. I mean, you speak to the universe, you just don't remember it. You're just not clear. It's not part of daily society. You're not having conversations at the cafe about what the energies are picking up from Mars or Jupiter or anything like that. A lot of humans here feel like that's a weakness. The higher dimensions is weakness. So they'd rather just have it hard here and forget. It's it's a different type of study in this physical realm. So not to say that you're, yes, humans from your world are very unique, obviously, but they take the harder route. So think of it that way. Think of like one of your, you humanoid, one of you can go to a high vibrational planet and you're still physical. He has to get there and make things harder for everybody. Why is that person doing this? Why did you just say that to me? It's like, it's who's talking behind my back. All those little triggers. And some alien beings like, what is that person's problem? And it's like, we're not going to have any of that here. But then other beings start to do the same thing and be paranoid. So that's one of the elements of the human. But of course, the human here can also create great things that other worlds are still can't understand how it even occurred here. Architecture here is very unique. Maybe not the modern architecture, but the old architectures. So you have a lot of uniqueness. You might forget what you did in spirit, but a whole nother version of yourself comes through all of this. That's why you keep coming back here. What can you do with this, human experience? Yes, it might be disconnected from the spirit realms, but yes, challenging yourself. But what can you bring to this reality? Obviously, many feel stagnant and not going anywhere. And that's part of the challenge also. But you feel like you're caged. And technically, there are truths to that. But the year 10,000, we remember what the world has been through. We don't just go ahead and forget just like that. Now, some beings do. They go through all these hardships and then go to another planet and forget all their lessons and then come back here and do it all over again. There's many that do that. Well, they want to forget all this. They want to be happy. That's fine. They go be happy. And then they forget what they learned here. They were happy for such a long time. And all these other higher vibration worlds, they come back here. So you can say there's somewhere sent back here to reconnect to themselves. They keep coming back here to remember, what they're here to create for themselves. Some just don't learn their lessons, obviously. You go to the higher dimensions, which many of you will go more into higher frequencies, but not forget what you're learning here. It's so valuable to keep what you've learned here, even if you don't have to think about it too clearly when you go into the higher dimensions, but you just keep it as a memory. It's like, oh, look, that's Earth. Remember that place from 10,000 years? Oh, yeah, I don't need to go through that again. A lot of beings forget that. But they feel like they'll never come back here. And then they find some way again, sent here again. So usually they're doing something they probably should not be doing. So, many blessings. Brings you, the consciousness of your holidays, your week, your recurrent reality. Realize some of you, yes, work in the future to build certain events, create certain timelines to occur of sometimes political events, sometimes world events. So connected to that architecture is hard to tap into currently for some. You don't need to. But if you feel like you're involved with the event or have something to do with for politics, many are involved with it, at least on an astral level. Of course, there's a lot of trickster energies that come through with it because there are darker forces that don't want to be healed. There are reptilian beings here, there are insectoid beings, there are Nordic beings. They don't want to face themselves. They want to face, they have enough power here to have leverage to get what they want, which shows a darker frequency. So they have like a darker candidate or presidential candidate, whoever it might be. And no matter how wicked that person is, they're in power. And that's all they care about. Yes, of course, there's a lot of weaknesses there. There's a lot of unsettled. There's just a lot of they don't care. It just as long as they have their person there to control society. It's like they don't have to, as long as they have someone controlling your reality, they don't have to heal themselves. They can stay unhealed, control your world, and before like the next 4 years feel like, they just mess with your planet. It's kind of like chess. They feel like they have a dominated frequency over your society, which they do to a certain level. And now, of course, you're going to a time of removing that structure. But it is alien. It is, yes, an astral. As the world becomes more aware of the alien frequencies, this will happen less, but still humanity is still having trouble accepting it. Of course, there are rules why so there are ways of bringing in disclosure to sneak it in. That's all we can say. mean, there are loopholes within the contract where, like you see in television or music, there is some works out there about how this is all being done, but they have to be cryptic about it for reasons because those that are controlling your main timeline are not allowing it to occur. Technically, yes, you have aliens becoming part of your society. Yes, there'll be a dark side there, but eventually it will even itself out. But some would rather just keep them out because they can keep control over your society and keep things more difficult, at least for now. Brings you. It's the year of your 2023. 2023 has not been born yet, but there is, yes, an excitement for new change. Just the number sequence alone matters. Right now, the 2022, either way, it's two for the number six. I believe it's the number six, yes. Equals out to number six. And what does that mean exactly? Sometimes that's not the best. That's not the best frequency number. So next year, yes, you can have a terrible year for not everybody. There are years where it's just pulling in the lower energies. So next year, it's not going to be perfect. There's still many lessons, of course, going to be learned. Some deny it, but they say they're not learning anything, but actually learning a great deal. You don't need to know the details, but 2023 is a time of change. It is basically putting to bed this reality. 2022, especially, hasn't worked out for you, but this is a transition year currently. And 23 is more action for some, not everybody. Now, it's not going to be the action that you're looking for aliens to come in. More of those. Now, this year has been more of an alien year, but you're showing the cover up also. So you're seeing the shadow government frequencies. Not about to lift the lid just yet. Next year, most likely will be the same. We also see more of a military frequency, doing more cover up on the UFO phenomenon, changing its name once again, and just keeping things more, the iron curtain closed up, just because they don't want you to know about yourself who's on a higher level, unless they can control the alien narrative, which they cannot just yet. They haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. But 2023 is a time for many of actually a renewal, basically seeing yourself differently, like you're clearing out the old timelines where a move and just basically a whole nother setting in your reality. So as for where things go is of course up to you, but the universe timelines, well, many of you live on multi-dimensional realms, so that's another reason why certain timelines haven't occurred. It's just, so there are other humanoid worlds similar to yours, actually, not as intense as this one, but they're parallel to yours. And it's just that you agree upon certain timelines to occur in your own life. If it's going to be on a world stage, like for others to see you more, to change things. So the ground is being built for what is to come. Not to say like alien energies, no, that's going to be held back for some time. But there will be ways of bringing alternative ideas of the alien frequencies. Well, as the astral realm is more than happy to expose itself here. Yes, basically the tree people, the elements in general, physical realms, home where you live, more of those energies become more clear. How many people here are ready Now, humans here do live in a home of some kind, but do they talk to the walls? Do they talk to the frequencies? That sort of. They want to make it comfortable. They don't exactly talk to it, but they kind of do. They're just not conscious aware of it, but that's more, you become more attuned to that, especially when you clear out the energy of neighbors that are around. Well, basically, as you're going more to higher frequency, you can build your home with your mind. But technically, you do that now. It's just you have to have someone physically to build it. But technically, in your mind, you just build it and it's just there. Of course, in the higher dimensions, that's how it's occurring. Obviously, it's not going to happen in 2023, but more dreams will come true in the coming year. And after that, you are here to make things lighter. Not to say there's still not going to be challenges, but many of you are waiting for some kind of awakening. It can occur in certain levels, maybe not where you expect it. That's all we can say on that.